So Derek, help us think through the issue of doubt. In particular, when working as a college pastor before in the past, when you have a student comes to you, he's dealing with doubt on a particular issue. We have lots of students at Liberty who are dealing with doubts about their faith. Mm-hmm. What advice would you give them?
Yeah, that's a good question, because doubts come in different forms, right? There's like, oh man, I ran across a weird verse. I don't know, the fish, is it really that big? Or there's, more serious ones, kind of Canaanite. Did God really have him wipe out those little kids? Or how do we really know so-and-so wrote that? Or, my dad just died and I don't really know if I believe this.
Yeah.
And, so you got these different levels of doubt. One of the things, whenever I talk to a student or just a friend who's struggling with stuff, it's good to just remind people it's okay. It's very normal. It's very human to have doubt. I think one of my favorite passages about this was, tail end of Matthew, right before the Great Commission. Jesus appears, resurrection glory, holes in his hands, like, hey guys, I'm here, I'm Lord of heaven and earth, yada yada. And he shows himself, and then the verse says, but some doubted. The guys are staring right at Jesus, full in the flesh, but some doubted.
Yeah. And
that just shows you, it's phenomenal that the scripture includes it, right? The scripture doesn't just whitewash or cover over or paste over and say, no, they were believers from the very beginning, and they were solid in all things, or they were only doubtful before the resurrection, right? No, they struggled. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Dude gets up from the dead after having nails the size of cigars shoved through his hands, and he bleeds out and dies, and then he gets back up. That's nuts. And so it's okay in your human tininess and smallness and weakness to have doubts and struggles, right? So this first thing is telling people it's okay, because it's terrible if you're struggling with a question and then you're now struggling with guilt on top of the fact that you're struggling with a question, because good Christians don't struggle with questions. That's not true. So that's just one thing I try and get clear. It's helpful to get clear on.